Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will design this earrings in this tutorial. Very pretty earrings, and the what to say, the crystal beads are cubic zirconia from Sam's Bead Box monthly subscription. I really like this cubic zirconia beads. They are like a different color beads, as you guys can see. So I randomly selected. There is not a lot of coherence in the selection, but you don't have to use this beads. This is all 11 seed beads, and then some 15 and then some crystals. You can substitute this crystal with bicone crystal or any other even gemstones like 3 millimeter. This is 3 millimeter, I think, but you can use 2 millimeter as well, and even up to 4 millimeter. It will look really pretty. It is a fringe earrings. I call this a fall fringe earrings, but actually I took the seed beads to a different level, um, not fall level, right? Because what I observed is I wanted this cubic zirconia to pop, so that was my whole intention in this earring. So I don't want the seed beads to pop actually, so I wanted to choose a very subtle color, so I chose this color. This one is 11 seed beads from johnbead.com. Check beads. These are transparent tanzanite dyed, so silver lined dyed. Okay, this is what the color is. A very subtle color. As you guys can see, you can hardly see any on the mat itself. So I need that. And then just to give a little bit of a metallic element, maybe this choice was wrong, or I don't know, but I like the way this turned out to be. So just a little bit of metallic element. I use this Mayuki 11 seed beads in Duracoat galvanized dusty orchid color. So that's the color that I used, but you can use anything you want for this. You can also use bugle beads for this fringe part, and I also use this 15 seed beads in this nice color. Very it looks like a golden color, but it actually is a transparent purple, as you guys can see here. So it's a very pretty color. And this frame is what I have in my stash. So it's a triangle frame, but you can also use any frame you want. So that's that. And then a ear wire. I'm using a French ear wire here. You can use anything you have available in your stash. And apart from this, what you need is a 12 size 12 beading needle. I'm using that. You can also use 10, but size 12 is good. And I'm using the Miyuki beading thread, 100% nylon, and this is in the lilac color, I would say, right? So I'm using that. So I'm using an arm span. I still have some left over, but I wouldn't recommend you guys less than an arm span. It is a fringe earring. It will eat up a lot of thread. So you can actually, it's up to you. Just like 10 inches less than an arm span would do good, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm just taking an arm span of thread here. Okay, just cut the thread with your scissors. So I really like this thread a lot. I don't know about the KO 1G, but my UK thread is so far my favorite. It is already conditioned, so just hold it in between your fingers and then thread your needle through. Normally it is pretty easy, but in camera it doesn't come. I'm sorry. So there you go. So just thread the needle. It's already conditioned and it's a very thin thread. Now take the other end of the thread and tie it to your frame, whatever frame you have available. You don't have to leave a big tail, because we will tie knots, and then we will tie knots later during the project after we are done with the fringe and everything. So we just need a short tail to tie knots with. That's about it. I'm not going to weave this in. So the second, just the overhand knot, I did one, and the second overhand knot, I'm making it a double knot. So I'm just going through that double and then tighten that up. That's good enough. Now that we have secured the cord to the frame, see, I have here beads lined in the fashion that I want it to be. Let me just, oops, yeah. So just have the order that I picked up the other side. It is random, so it's like the colors are, all over the place, but I want to match the other one, so I pretty much did that. Pick up 2 seed beads. I apologize for this won't look very dark in this, but you can get it. So there is 2 seed beads, 11 seed beads. I drop it down like brick stitch. I'm doing 2 rows of brick stitch. So okay, and then go underneath the frame, okay, from behind, and then go through the second bead, okay, that you added from the direction it's exiting out. So just the opposite direction, like that. When you do that, and when you pull your thread, this is what you have, right? When you push it to the side, I'll just zoom in a bit more. So I'll put this on the side. So this is what I have so far. Okay, so this one is a little bit wobbly, but I'm okay with it. Okay, not that bad, right? So now I pick up another 11, drop it down to my frame, okay, go underneath the frame from behind, and then go up through that bead from the direction the thread is exiting out, just like that. That will make it sit on top of our frame, and then loop the frame once. See that? When you pull it, this is what you have. Okay, so that's that. Let me just push this ahead, just like that. Okay, pick up another bead. From now on, we are going to pick up 1 seed bead, drop it down to the frame, go underneath the frame. Okay, you can just hold the bead in your hand, and now go through the bead from the opposite direction. There we go. We have attached 4 beads to the frame. So the thing is, the arm span thread, I didn't tell you guys about the arm span thread. Just extend your hands on both sides from the tip of this to the tip of this. When you stretch it out, that's what an arm span, sorry, a wingspan. Arm span will be from the tip to your heart, and wingspan will be from the tip of one hand to the tip of the other hand. Go underneath, pull through, go up in the opposite direction, just like that. Okay, and pull. Pick up, go from underneath, hold your bead, okay, and then go up through that bead. It's already conditioned, this thread is, but if you want to condition, you can condition with the beeswax. Pick up, go from underneath. See how I am holding the bead, otherwise it will come to the side. So now I go up through that. That's brick stitch. Brick stitch on a frame looks really pretty. You can also go around the frame just like that if you want to. There's a lot of things that you can do. I like to pinch between my fingers, that way the bead will sit on top, and then I go up that way. Okay. That will create a loop and the bead will sit that way. I'll continue until the end, and then I'll show you guys how to attach the second row with brick stitch as well. So this is about the frame. I will measure that for you guys, and I added 13 beads in this round. This is about 1 inch and I would say 1.2 inch, I would say. So that's the frame size. For that I added 13 beads. That depends upon how you guys like want to. You can add one more if you guys want to, but I wanted to finish it at that point. And then I'm going to start the second row. So I am having 2 beads in my so I started from the left to the right. Now I'm going to start from the right to the left, but I like to do is flip so that I can work from the left to right. That's my preference. So take 2 seed beads. You can see the thread bridge between each bead, right? So there is a thread bridge with between the first and the second and the third. So I'm going under, I'm catching that, I'm going underneath the second thread bridge because I have 2 beads. And now I go up through the opposite direction of the second bead, like how we did in the starting, and then that's what I have. I'm not going to straighten that up. You can go back in and come back up, but I will do it when I pass through with the fringe. And from now on, take just 1 bead, catch the thread bridge underneath the next thread bridge in the line, bring the bead down. Excuse me, my cord is stuck somewhere. Yeah, bring it down and then go up through that bead the same way we did. Okay, instead of doing under the frame, we are looping under the frame, we are looping under the thread bridge between 2 beads. That's what we are doing. Pick up another bead, catch the thread bridge from the back to the front towards you, and then pull it, and then go up through the bead. That way it'll sit on top, it'll stack on top of the previous row. Pick up, catch the thread bridge underneath, and go up. So we have 13 beads in the first row. In this row we will have 12 beads, so 1 bead less than the previous row. So it's up to you how many rows you want, how many beads in a fringe line you want. You can do like in this, it's a V shape one, so less beads in the end and then more beads in the middle, but you can always do, you know, the same size, and that's totally up to you. So I'll finish this row. After this row we are going to add only the fringe. I'll finish this row and finish it. From now on we are going to add the fringe. So as you guys can see, so there is a center part of the metallic element. There is a V shape here with the cubic zircon beads, and then there is a V shape here with the I just followed a random pattern, guys. Okay, I started it and then I went by it. So now the best part is you have a sample to work with. When you do it first, then you'll have to think about it. After that you just follow whatever it is in the other earring, right? So now I pick up 3 beads. That's what I did here. 1, 2, 3. 3 of these, and then 1 of the metallic beads, and then again 3 of these beads. Okay, and then oops, hopefully I didn't do much damage with these. Okay, so the cubic zirconia bead, it is faceted and it shines a lot. And after that, 3 of the orchid bead. The color is no, this is not orchid, this is a different one, tanzanite. 3 of that, 2 of the metallic beads, and then again 3 of these beads. It's hard to see it under this mat. This color is very transparent. And then 1 of the cubic zirconia, and then the 15 at the end. Okay, drop everything down. So this is the pattern I have so far, and I will check it with this. See, I have missed something. See that? So I have missed something. This is a short, that's what I felt. So always check. Okay, now 3 again. The length is also totally up to you. It doesn't have to be this length. Okay, I just did this because the frame itself is about, say, 1.2 inch, so I didn't want this to be much more bigger than that. But you can have the fringe as long as you want. Okay, now I skip, okay, it's not in the frame. I skip the 15 and go through all the beads and up through the bead that we are exiting from, the second row, last bead, right? So make sure you go through all the beads. Don't forget any bead, then it will be hard to come back and fix it. Go up through the brick stitch row bead. Okay, just the second row. You don't have to go to the first row, but just the second row is good enough. Now you see there is a slack between this. You can hold the 15 or the cubic zirconia and then kind of pull that. Now it's nice and taut, and check whether the height is nice and it matches the previous one, because you cannot do that later, right? So just check. Yes, it does. So that's that. I just need this side by side so I don't make a mistake, right? So that's also it. Now I'm exiting out of the bead, which is, the second row last bead. I'm going under the second row's last but one bead. Just come back, right, through that. And now I'm ready to add the next fringe. I'm going to repeat this for the entire earrings. There is nothing new that I'm going to do. Go up through the bead and then come back through the next one, and then go up, come back. So that's what I'm going to do. So I will continue following the pattern that I followed in this, and then I will come back and show you guys what I got. Hi friends, welcome back. I forgot to connect my microphone to my phone. I don't know if I was really audible for the start of the video, but here I am. I'm done with the last fringe. I came up through the last the second row of the brick stitch, last bead, and then I went to the top bead, top row, second bead. Okay, just to make sure that it stays well. All I need to do is come down, You don't have to catch any thread bridge. I'm going to zigzag and come down through the top 2 rows of brick stitch. Doesn't matter where you come down, where you go up. That's not the point. The point is to go up and come down in a zigzag manner, and I want the thread to come, the working thread to meet the starting thread, the tail that we left in the start. So that's where I want to come. As you guys can see, I don't have a lot of thread left. You don't have to go to the upper row of the brick stitch. You can just stay in the bottom row as well. That's not a problem. I'm just going to go ahead and meet the starting thread. So, and then while doing so, I'm just going to catch the thread bridge in between, just like that. Make sure you don't include any of the tassels or the fringe. So, and half hitch knot, and then go up again. Okay, just like that. So there is a high possibility that you will get caught up with your fringe, so make sure you don't do that. Then come down here, and if you go down the fringe, then what will happen is, then you will have to come up, tie a knot and come up. So I'm just doing half hitch knot between the thread bridge of these bottom row beads, and then see this, making sure I don't get these fringe inside the knot. It'll happen, but okay. Go up. So a couple of knots is good enough. Oops, what did I do? This fringe went inside. And now I go down here, through the fringe, and you just put the thread around. Okay, make a loop and go through that loop. Okay, just make sure that your thread is not caught in between and it's just directly where you're standing at. Make a knot and then come up through the fringe. And then go up through that bead. Now we are here, and the tail ends and the starting thread is meeting up. Now is your chance to actually tie a couple of knots, one overhand knot and one surgeon's knot probably. It is the knot, that surgeon's knot is nothing but you just, the overhand knot you go through the loop once. The surgeon's knot is if you go through the loop twice. That's the only difference. But that's much more stronger than the overhand knot. And then you come down through one of the fringe. Okay, there it is. What I'm gonna do here is, again, catch the thread, make a loop. Okay, go through that loop, make sure that the loop ends where your thread is exiting from, and then go down through the fringe. It's just up to you. I like to go down through one of the fringe and then cut my thread off, since I have nice amount of thread to work with. You can do as many knots as you want. I like to just come down this entire path. Okay, and then take my thread sap. You can use a sharp scissors too to cut the cord. Okay. Some reason, sometimes my thread sap doesn't work. Don't know why. Probably I need to change the battery. There, it did work. And then I'm cinching that cord. There we go. Then the starting cord. Come to the starting tail and just snip that off and make sure you ball up that thread. There we go. Okay, make sure that's done. All we need to do is take your wire, open up the loop exactly how you will open a jump ring. Twist and towards you. Add this to the finding and just away from you. So here is our earrings. The fringe tassel earrings is very pretty. I really like the way this turned out to be, even though I'm not very proud of my color combination. Let me know in the comments below if you guys will also choose the same color combination. All I was thinking about was the cubic zirconia beads to be, popping, and whatever I had available in my stash, the beads I used to make this work. I hope you guys like this tutorial too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. If you would like to support my channel, there is a thanks button in the bottom description box. There is heart symbol right next to it. Click on it and you can donate as much as you want. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.